Hello, I'm Stephen Monkey Mason and welcome to the audio podcast for Broken Arrow. It is on 20th Century Fox right now and I'm pressing play right now because it's one of them Blu-rays that just started in the background. So Mark Gordon production, my chair, definitely needed hunt out the WD-40 today. This is probably going to be the most noisiest podcast I've done in a while because I've got loads of multitasking to do in the background. Okay, so I love this shot coming down here. And you've got it's a nice, just black out the entire arena in it, hit all the white light you can on that and go for it. I've talked about this recently, but I remember Broken Arrow coming out, and I'm a massive fan of Christian Slater, as his name just appeared on the screen. And I remember being in New Zealand in 1995, and Christian Slater was just huge then, but it was like a weird transition because I remember being in Auckland, and I remember on the billboards, especially around the high bit, I was like, right, Murder in the First was advertised. I remember Bed of Roses being advertised, and I remember a huge poster for Broken Arrow. And you've got like the drama, the love thing, and then obviously this was him wanting to really try and get into more actions, and it's one of his very first full-on action movies. As well as the hype as well. I mean, John Travolta had obviously had a massive comeback with Pulp Fiction. And Christian Slater had just been in True Romance as well, so you've got like, again, two people who had been really hot in their Tarantino era, you know, and they're just going together in a movie. And Travolta's mint in this. He's vicious. I think he's a great bad guy. Like, again, it's great. Again, as well, you look at the John Woo twist. You know, John Woo did Hard Target, then this. This is written by Graham Yosh, who also did Hard Rain, and obviously went on to do Justified and Speed. So again, in all the right pieces in the right puzzle. Man, that coffee's horrible. I'm drinking. At least it's warm. Massive shout out to Carl and Paul. Both haven't been on a podcast for over a week. Both feeling ill and well. Neither of them's got COVID. And Carl has had COVID. Hans Zimmer, again. They wanted this to be a massive hit. I mean, it was. I mean, not a huge hit, but it was everywhere. Red font with like the pinkish top. I like the score. Dun 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 dun. Definitely would like the score if it ever got released. That's for sure. Right, I give you right, I give you left. What a training exercise, man. That's fucking brutal boxing. I'm not very good. Would never be a very good boxer. I'm just too much fan of a wrestler. I'd be like, right, get a headlock on the go. It'd be some daft thing I'll be doing. Right, I just need to multitask a bit in the background as he gets uppercutted right in the mush. I mean, credit about that is all about throwing a punch in movies as well, and make a believable scene without inflicting pain. There you go, written by Graham Yosh. Again, the idea of being able to like look like you're taking a pounding. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Glove Tap, directed by John Woo. I've got that. I've still got the Steelbook of Stranglehold, the video game. I just remember that being absolutely solid. The boat level on Hard. Yeah, John Travolta and Nicolas Cage would go on to be in Face Off after this. I remember the hype being that real. I remember sneaking into the pictures. I think I was about 16 at the time to see Face Off. Because I'd seen this and this Face Off was the next one coming. Obviously Nicolas Cage, the time this was made, Nicolas Cage was in The Rock, so you had that real big era of big action movies, but they were like taken real serious. Then Nicolas Cage and John Travolta would be in Face Off, while Christian Slater was off doing Hard Rain, and then Nicolas Cage and Christian Slater would be in Wind Talkers. And I've always said this with Expendables 4. John Woo should direct Expendables 4, or he should have a while back. And John Travolta, Nicolas Cage and Christian Slater are three of the names that should be in Expendables 4. To me, it's just the perfect thing, you know what I mean? I mean, Christian's great at, I think Christian's great at any role he put in him, but again, he's had his action on that resume, but he's a ruthless bad guy. But John Travolta's just mint in this. But John Travolta, again, at this time, seemed he was in everything. White Man's Burden, fucking I mean, this is Phenomenon, Michael, you know, he was just in, he had that comeback and he didn't fucking hold back about taking a job, like, that's for sure. Dun, dun, dun. The one thing I don't really agree with coming into here is, I think is it the casting of Kurtwood Smith, although I like Kurtwood Smith. He's just, it looks like, this looks like it exists in the same universe as Under Siege. It's just smoking in your commander's office. Just smoking in general on films just doesn't exist now. Right, it's really early. Let's see if I can do this as I sit down and get the brief ops. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I was going to do Broken Arrow a few weeks back. I watched it one night in the editing room and thought it was a great podcast, the Blu-ray. Got nothing on it. Special features, high definition trailers. You think, do you know what I mean? Got this on VHS. I think I've got this on 3, maybe 4 times on Laserdisc. I've got the quad poster. To be honest with you, it probably is a contender after watching this for a fast forward reviews, since that series is coming back for Unlimited, just for the sheer fact that you would have the poster up and the shits and giggles of all the Laserdiscs and versions. I do have a sample VHS, but I don't think I've seen it in a while. There you go, Stealth Bomber. Hit that slow motion. So you're going to hear a few clicks in there. Oh! Just after the chase, the guy with the... You shouldn't hear me at all there, sorry. It's me talking on another video in the background of another video, that's fucking weird. Dun 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 dun. The usual. Wake the farmers, scare the cow, wake the farmers. A few more clicks, I do apologise. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, we're getting up to do the 4 Batmans, so I've been watching the Batmans, ready for the lads. I've been recovering the last couple of days, and I'm painting today, if anyone's listening, and caring. Dun 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 dun, that's going to get me stuck in my fucking head all day. Dun 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 dun. Like, the music's fucking class. It's fucking brilliant score, like. I want to see what's on there. Hey Siri, play a Broken Arrow soundtrack. I'm fucking sick of that machine in the house. It listens to you. And there we go. Right, so there is a few familiar faces in this. I mean, the Utah again. It's quite a few films I've seen recently around the Utah area, especially coming off the back end of the 2 Fast Getaways I've done. But I think Utah looks amazing in this. This is pretty brutal. This is brutal as fuck as the guy lands on the fucking fire line. See, what's the fine with something like this? Pretty steep and just fucking blasts him. I mean, a fire, I mean, I'm not going to be critical, like, but the fire looks pretty controlled there, like, but it's the fact that he falls on the fire and he just gets left on the fire, that's fucking grim. Psycho. Bob Gunn is a man to make an appearance. He's been in a lot of stuff, like Demolition Man. I think he's in Ace Ventura 2. He's a wicked bad guy. As you see, just look there. We're going to talk about another actor in a minute, but he hasn't appeared yet. As I say, there's a plan going together. Again, borrows a lot from Under Siege. Green screen doesn't look too bad. Then with the pilot. Right. Concentrate there. There we go. It's a little bit hints here that he's in all the way. And like, to be honest with you, going off the cover and stuff, unless you haven't seen the trailer, you look like maybe it's them two against this thing, and maybe it's they're going to be, but for him to turn. And it's not like a late turn in the movie, it's an early turn. He's going to body and they're just, and taking something seriously like this, you got to, like in the story wise, you would have to have someone on the inside able to, like, because of how glued they're. Oh, what's he called? Delroy Lindo. He just seemed to have disappeared. I think he's still alive, but he was in a lot of stuff at this era as well. Great delivery on lines and voices. He has seemed to have disappeared off the map for a while, like, but he just seemed to be everywhere at this era as well. It's just like prime video shop days. Dun 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 dun. It's gonna be stuck in my head. Hi, John Woo. John Woo, like, he had this massive hit. I mean, Mission Impossible too, but then Paycheck. There's another one he did. Not bad, Paycheck. But he's obviously Hong Kong director, like, but he hasn't really. I couldn't tell you what his last big one was. But he was definitely the king of the early DVD, the late VHS, early DVD. That's a fucking sure. So it's great delivery, him. Delroy Lindo. Samuel L. As I say, apologise for the tip tap tappy tap, but it's just the crack today. Yeah. Map of the Earth all the way. Imagine flying one of them. Now, here comes Samantha Mathis. She got a breakout role in Pump Up the Volume alongside Christian Slater. Again, discovery of Christian Slater back then. Pump Up the Volume is definitely a contender up there of one of his best films he's ever made. And I've told this a million times, if you haven't heard this story, I lent Christian Slater Pump Up the Volume and he still hasn't given us it back. True. So, she returns in this. I think that's the only time they've worked together again. Possibly been a relationship there. I mean, the chemistry they had in Pump Up the Volume was great. But it looks like they're, this just shows you how professional they are. It's not a bad shot there. Very dark coloured blues behind it. What needs signature? Map of the Earth all the way. It's pretty cool, that, like. Again, they've got the blue kind of vibe to it. I left a few cheese behind. The reflection in the glass that gets him in the gun. I think Slater's reaction sells it though. He's just like, what the fuck? What the fuck's going on, do you know what I mean? He keeps passing everyone up, doesn't he? He keeps rubbing everyone up the wrong way. Dun 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 dun. The power trip he gives him. Look at that, he's just double thinking there. He's like, the last minute he likes him, and then just start looking into his eyes like, right, it's fucking on. You're dead. He was thinking about it, because again, they generally have a good friendship, but he's just like, nah, sorry, you've had your chance, you've blew it, I'm gonna have to kill you now. And that's the reality of it. Great reflection in there. Slater's face is proper shocked. And then boom. Gun goes flying, a few uppercuts. Great model work. over there start going down as well. Oh, we're going to have a binocular effect. Not really. Set the spotlights. We're over here. There you go. Nuke's turning. Nuke's turning back. Just fucking headbutted him with a helmet on. And Nukes go back. Another shot. The Nuke's turning. Just probably reverse the shot. Just that look. Just the score. The score is really good. I like the score. She's just like, no, it's happening there. There's like, woof over the top of her head. There you go. Woof. Out the cockpit. So he goes out the cockpit. She sees it. And Utah. I mean, at the end of the day, like, what, like, if as a kid you'd be like, oh, the fucking hell, it's got ages to find that. You think as a kid in Utah, especially when you see all these movies, especially like, I seen a movie Jumper the other day, and you just look at all like, there's no road there. There's just canyons and craters and all kinds of shit, and it's just like, well, what would you do? You know what I mean? It's like, there you go. She got hit there, happy. McMahon, Ken Hale's lost it and punching out. Boom! Out he goes. We got a really good model work coming here. Boom! Proper trailer shot. Does lose a bit of weight with it like there. But practical effects, man. You just can't beat them. Again. The computer hasn't woken up yet about ghost trails and everything, like, for fuck's sake. So yeah, I go. He was in someone else recently I did a podcast for. It was doing me head in. It just screams too much Under Siege at this point. Especially because Under Siege 2, Kurtwood Smith's in that. It's like, seriously, you know what I mean? Dun, 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 dun. Again, what we get the lawn, what a broken arrow is. Wait, we're making a mistake. Needless fucking laser total fit them, doesn't he? I haven't seen him in anything. I mean, I might have seen a couple of trailers of him or something like that. It's like doing podcasts for films like this, Sarah. It's what I like. There's a lot of reminiscing going on. Oh. Should really make sure I finish a cup of coffee before I do a podcast. I mean, that should definitely be Kurtwood Smith. Brilliant bad guy. I don't think like RoboCop. Not too much in Fortress. He's a bit of a creep in Fortress, I think. As I say, I do apologise for the click, 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 clack, clack, clacks, but so we get an introduction to another actor here who it's a funny one actually. He only appears before we talk about them. He's in the background there. He's appeared. I've seen him. There you go. Howie Long. That's him. Howie Long. It popped up in a couple of things, but like he was in this, and then he was really pushed like this is the next guy. This is like, and it was in Firestorm, and then he just fucking disappeared. Like Firestorm's pretty bad, and Firestorm came along just after this, but honestly, like he was literally like going to be like the next big thing, and just disappeared. I mean, he has worked on, and pops up like in 3,000 Miles of Graceland, but he just, you know, he's all right in this, but Firestorm's just like he's a bit of a misfire. There we go. Bombs are gone. Dun dun dun. We got a broken arrow. I mean, even there, I mean, Michael Bay definitely cast well for The Rock. I mean, all his extras were really good. Delroy Lindo. Got broken what? The guy who just literally stood in that room and told everyone that like fucking hell Aviation Week's gonna know that somebody's like our stealth bombers mixing and we're gonna be caught with our pants behind the ankle, doesn't know what the term is, broken arrow. You know, what happens when you lose a nuclear weapon? It's called a broken arrow. He does have a great line, like the fact that like it happens that often, or it could happen that often. There's actually a word for it. But again, if you're like the big cheese coming into that boardroom like he was before, he should really know what the fuck it's called, in my opinion. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad I've picked today to do the artwork for my Samuel L. Jackson video, because it is taking fucking ages. There you go, just wait, you know. On parachute dragging you the wrong way. Oh, going for a free ride. It's unhooked. Short back and sides, Christian. Normally full of long, wavy hair. Still find, I mean, don't get us wrong, I mean, New Zealand back in the day, you know, it had a massive appeal for films. I mean, I still remember walking into video shops and like, fucking hell, the mass range, especially compared to like the UK, and like even in the UK, in my local, we had free video shops, but like again, you talk about, and you go in the shops and you probably see the same shit. I'm talking about going over there, the massive films that had been available, and like stuff that I'd searched for. I mean, I've talked about this quite a lot about the two Corys and their availability and stuff. But for Christian Slater to have free fucking films out, and like, I mean, I just wish like you fucking had a camera. You know, take a picture of that now, and just like it's visually stuck with us. I remember I was in, obviously it was a year ago, and I was back in New Zealand, and I was up in Auckland, and I mean Auckland, to me personally, felt a little bit smaller than I remember. And obviously I'm a kid, but like but like even the square where we were and that, and I was just like, yeah, this is where it was. And like, and there's a stunt roll down there fucking hills. I know you from somewhere. You're the podcaster. To be honest with you, Cuffs was almost a podcast. I was meant to do this podcast a couple of days ago, but just say I haven't been feeling too well, so I opted for this morning. I mean, Brit's still in bed, bless her. So my plan is to, do this, start painting, kick to the shin, just mount him and just fucking that loaded boom. I just got it down. Oh, heel kick. Now we both know the goal's landed. Well, his computer's annoying in the background, but again, at least I can chuckle away with it. Oh, this chair. New chair on the cards. You can actually see the bullets in them. Yeah. Sign of good faith. You should come back. And he just creeps in. Just around the bend, even like she says, like just around the bend. It's like, Jesus. The actor there, the massive laptop he's carrying around, he's been in quite a few. I think he was in like Kings of New York and stuff. Just the music's class. It's a shame, obviously, on podcasts the audio's got to be so knocked down, but I can't let you do that, sir. And why not? Boom! Fucking Hummer. I've drove one of them before. They are not, like, out there that we wouldn't be bothered, but like down a narrow street, especially in Britain, especially when it being a fucking left-hand drive, it's ridiculous. And the fact that this guy, I mean, look at him. I mean, that's what my hair would look like. The guy there, it's just like, right, he's got to duck down, tie his shoelace, and he pulls out his fucking sniper rifle. Oh, my shoelace. I mean, that guy just jumping, like, literally just gets shot in the chest and just jumps up and kicks his legs back like he's just fucking frog splashed somebody on the floor. Look at that, man. The creep just picks up his fucking chocolate bar and starts fucking eating it. And there you go. What a funny thing, what a nasty thing to say. And you hear his voice echo and he just comes walking over the slow motion. I mean, you bring someone in who's got the money to fund the operation, but then they're all like, I want this now, and they'll get nervous, and you think, like, fucking course you would. You know what I mean? You're that greedy. You've had enough money to pull something like this off. You certainly didn't have to work a 9-to-5 job. Dun 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 dun. You can see the crew in his fucking glasses. I mean, I would have probably put a few more scrapes and scrabs on that. Yeah. Couple of Twix and a couple of Twags and cuts them off. I mean, look at that guy fucking shooting where the nuclears are. I mean, definitely deserves to need to be shot. That's the sniper rifle man gone. Oh no, he's still alive. Just selling the nukes in our head. I can't let you do that, sir. Just puts the gun to his chart and bang. And why not? He's not a bad henchman. Change your clothes. He's proper slim in this. One of John Travolta's best movies is Old Dogs with Robin Williams. Proper amazing. But I would say he has brushed up. He's done loads of random movies again. With Burning Rubber, Speed Kills. I think he's had a lot of tragedy in his life as well. Like so. Just listen to Joel Schumacher on the Batman Forever audio commentary last night, and he was on about like. He says like the nightlife of Hollywood. He says like most people, you know, that he knows and. You know, literally fucking work like 9 to 5 or like start work at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, finish at 3 o'clock in the afternoon or what, you know, what, go home, have a lovely day. Really nice people, maybe associated going out that one meal a week when everyone decides to get together, when they're like, you know, schedules don't conflict, and then it just takes you that one fucking night of going, right, I'm making a fucking movie, let's live it up, and like that's the night that becomes notorious and you know, it is like paparazzi. I think that's was quite an interesting story by Joel Schumacher. Like, I see there. He's definitely fucking. So obviously here now is the plot. Obviously that the nuke's out, so they'll have to really clap down and like go fucking nowhere near it. Fuck me, he smokes a lot in this movie, like. Delivering the lines. Look at that, man. Do you think how like crowded like New York and all that is? Him fucking Brave Star fucking ears here. These are the wolf. So it was a bit of an homage to fucking Independence Day when Will Smith's fucking chasing the fighter ship. Get out, get out. It's not a very long movie, this, is it? That's all. There you go. The attack helicopter's coming. 104 minutes. Boom! Mint explosion. I mean, they're not the stunt double sight, but that's what I like about action movies, especially like late 80s and the 90s. You know, they're not going to use CGI because at this point CGI is starting to take over. But people who are still doing the practical effects and still people who want to work, you know what I mean, were taking like, you know what I mean, they were sacrificing the rates. I mean, look at that shot, man. I mean, you know, the stunt people were doing great stuff because now it'll all be CGI. You know what I mean? That was a fucking great shot as well. I mean, that generally looked like Christian Slater there. And helicopter's gonna have them, like. I've never fired a gun like that. Not a handgun anyway. I mean, I've held a few for film props and stuff like that. But when you talk about guns, like the old, you know, fucking 6 bullets, you know, pop it in, like, I mean, it looks like really hard to unload, reload and all that, like put the bullets in, it's all like old school. Like, if you're in there, just like fucking clip a magazine and bang gun. You know, like Glocks and all that, that's what I would be on. Where is he? I'm about to take this fucking down. He just fucking super shot. Like proper John Woo fucking like one of the special bullet time shots you get on Stranglehold that. Obviously doesn't get on the plan because it fucking puts her at risk. I mean, they just need to be blown up by a car. Now they're going to get blown up by a fucking... I mean... Oh, fuck me, that would have knocked that. It's fucking landing hard on the knees like that. Turning up the action. I think for the better part, Hard Target was quite grounded. Until like Van Damme starts doing fucking handstands on motorbikes and stuff like that, but it fucking looks mental. John Travolta should definitely be the Expendables. So should Samuel L. Jackson. There you go. He doesn't kill him yet, he gets killed in the car and he turns around and smashes him right in the fucking throat. It's quite a brutal death as well. He's fucking mental. I watched a film called Satan's Little Helper last night, and I quite enjoyed that. But you look at time and you go, like, there's an editor and stuff like that, and like how you would get this down. I mean, there's a lot of dialogue to get across, and I was looking at Satan's Little Helper last night. I was getting sure you can rip out like 10 minutes of this movie and get it down to an hour and a half, not an hour and 40. And one of the main ways I learned about that was James Cameron, Aliens. James Cameron's audio commentary for Aliens is brilliant. I don't know how many times I've tried to listen to it and fell asleep. Aliens is one of the movies, if I've had a few beers, I'll wake up and it'll be on the telly. It'll be that, Predator 2 or Under Siege. It's always something from this era. Fucking Broken Arrow, you know. But James Cameron talks about in Aliens how like to cut the movie down, they cut out Act 3, and Act 3 is like the colony, and like the parents of Newt's parents going to finding the ship, and then the fucking alien attacking them, and you think that's the crucial link. Do you know what I mean? As a set, I mean, Sigourney Weaver's back, yes, but that's a crucial link between the two movies, and he cut it out there, you know, for time, and you think, fucking hell, anything's expendable when you make a movie. I mean, he's got a mobile phone on an aeroplane. I mean, just saying. And Colin Paul will be like, it's just a movie. Dun dun dun. This artwork should not be taking this long. I'm just having to bite me fucking tongue here, or in this case, bite me fucking beard. Dun 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 dun. Can't wait to get my phone. Oh, actually, I might just use my laptop to find out what that guy was in, because I remember the last podcast I was trying to work out where I knew that guy from, and obviously it was from Broken Arrow, and I haven't realised. Look at him, just having a fucking little nap on the floor there. You would have enough, like, wouldn't you? I mean, this looks back to when they first met. Oh, I wish Brett was up for to get us a cup of coffee. There's the guy. There's the guy in the car. Hear him? Hear that car? Fuck's sake, man. It's becoming an ongoing joke now. Right, we're in lockdown, right? I tell you this story in this podcast, right? We're in lockdown, so like, unless you have to go out, considering it's snowing outside as well, unless you physically have to go out the house, then like, that's it. You know? I mean, Britt hadn't drove a car for 3 weeks. And, you know, she had to drive us to the hospital yesterday, the day before. And this guy, he's out. Every time I'm filming, he goes out. It's becoming past an ongoing joke. I think it's one of the best bits of the movie here when no, the explosion needs to go off, doesn't it? It's a goddamn motherfucker took out the plane. Dun 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 dun. Fuck! Stop! Generally all starts turning on the fucking psychopath. It's really funny. Right, let's get IMDb on the go, because I really want to know what that fucking actor was in. A few things there. Sweet. It's over in lockdown, like when I can't be asked to even charge my phone because I know I'll be in the house tomorrow and just needs charging. There you go. I mean, you would see him coming, wouldn't you? Someone would spot him. He's not like hiding behind a rock or anything, he's going down the fucking mountain. Right, there you go. She's just like, right, I mean, hi. I mean, at moment of pause, I mean, someone's going to think, what the fuck? Oh, it's all the hype about Godzilla vs. Kong, like, I'm just let me watch it. I would pay to watch it streamed. Oh. No fast getaway there when he's stuck on. Run him down! Like, fair play to her, like. Broken Arrow was 1986. So this comes after The Rock, doesn't it? The same year, almost the same year as The Rock. Fuck. Fuck. It's bulletproof glass. He totally shines here, John Travolta. Like, he's just totally like, time to get out, and they keep mowing him over. And again, Sean Christian Slater's not a bad guy, but like, he shoots him, chucks him out, then doink, run over. Oh, Broken Arrow, 1986, John. Let's have a look and spot this fucking actor. Of course, when I look on IMDb on my computer, you need fucking zoom vision. I have to go to fucking full cast. I would have thought he would have been like above most peeps. Fucking Homer tracing. Did you stop the fucking truck? Okay, Kurtwood Smith's really well down on the fucking cast listing. Look at that, man. It's getting 2 Hummers to blast over. Daniel von Bargen, that's the fucker. Because I remember his IMDb picture now, he's got his fucking shirt unbuttoned. So, it wasn't the Postman, what was this? See what it was another podcaster's. That's one of the other says he learnt it in Jersey. Stop the fuck! Vince Dunley. Shaft, Oh Brother, City of Angels, Question of Faith. Universal Soldier, The Return. That's the fucker. That's the podcast. Good old fire extinguisher there. So dissolve as time passes. It's a little mine cave. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I keep going to pick my coffee up, but it's long emptied. Oh yeah, it's being prepped. Ripped it all off. Canvas, get your canvases on. So Christian Slater becomes a spanner in the works as they just pick up the doors and chuck them off. Nice little shadow on his face there. Nice little set this. Oh. Oh god, I'm going to have to sneeze. Oh, sorry, I tried to suppress that. Oh god, that knocked. You should really have a look at the taglines and stuff and pay tribute to Carl and stuff, but I wish I'd obviously we're moving and stuff, everything's all over the place, but I do have a big box sample VHS that would have been cool to read out. You know what you're doing, right? Yeah. I mean, in all honesty, now, if that was now, it would probably have the alphabet on as well. Because like simple number codes is just not enough, is it? Dun 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 dun. So Broken Arrow always had two covers on VHS. Later had a very weird sand-like colour, but it always had them back to back. And then there was one where Travolta's obviously let's say against that's a power stance. Travolta and Christian Slater's behind. So the original, when the back to back's like Travolta Slater, the one I'm looking at on Blu-ray, which was the alternative cover on VHS. You know what I mean? It's John Travolta on front. But for the podcast, I've definitely chosen the back-to-back one. So, yeah, we've got that done, dusted. See, I did the podcast for Hard Rain, but there doesn't seem to be much love for Hard Rain. It looks like Christian Slater and Samantha Mathers did date because there's a picture of them as a couple. Just even typing in Broken Arrow, so right, got me Broken Arrow clips. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. So we're about halfway in the movie, from what I remember. There's a big chase scene. One of the nukes goes off, which again, seeing the nuke go off is like, you don't expect it, and then we've got a big train sequence, so we've still got some really big set pieces left to go through on this. I just can't believe it's sitting this long to do the artwork in the background. I mean, I'm literally staring at Broken Arrow on my left eye, and my right eye I'm doing artwork, and then if I turn my head, I can then look at the other computer, but... Conversations. You fucked in the head! There you go. The idea there is going to bury one together. I mean, I'm not being funny, but like carrying a nuke up a ladder, Jesus. I mean, considering she just went to check a routine call from a notorious, you know, paranoid woman who always phones in. Time passes, both are up, down at the mine. Got a big shootout down this mine scene, like, but I mean, they're definitely going to be stuck down there, aren't they? Great backdrop. Mine car there already. I mean, just put them down there enough and getting up, but it's There's no like backup plan. They come flying out the fucking. They come flying out the river, don't they? About the turn on the cycle. So he's just been flying around and he's just like, I should have just stayed here, I've just been a fucking boomerang. Oh no, that's me. They had never met. He was Kurtwood Smith's friend, he's been sent to Delroy Lindo. I mean, that would be the logical thing to separate them as well. I mean, why didn't he take them out of the housing before that? That would have made them lighter. This guy takes no prisoners, does he? Would you mind not shooting at the nuclear weapons? I mean, it's a very smart thing to do, isn't it? But again, he didn't take it up. Well, he wasn't around, was he? He wasn't there when the guy with the sniper rifle was shooting at them. I just love this, like, he runs up there and just does the Superman fucking dive. Fucking blaze of glory coming up. So he's got one back. Fucking stroking it. Weapons of mass destruction. I mean, at what point when he realises he's smart enough to realise he's fucked, like this isn't going to work, there's been too much compromise and like, you know, like it's over, so like just turn like fully like snap to like absolute ludicrous, and this is the kind of turning point for him where he's just like, right, this probably isn't going to get in the plan, you know. How would you disappear? Like seriously and all that, how would you disappear? And there you go. Like it's like now you're like, right, it's on. Like the buttons are smashed. There's no fucking stopping that in 12 minutes. Fucking unloading the AK-47 down there, isn't he? Another podcast I might do is Fortress 2 because I've discovered Fortress 2 on VHS in the other room. I was like, yeah, that could be a possibility. There you go, comes out, Superman dives, doesn't he? Nope, not yet. Double roll. That's definitely not Christian Slater, that roll there, like, but I wanted Christian Slater at the tournament. I remember when we were throwing names around for like filling the void of some of the actors like we weren't in, especially the when we hired John Lynch. Like you just took out your favourite actors, you know what I mean? Christian as well, you know, we were working in Sophia and Christian's like he made a film called Sophia or Assassin's Bullet, depending on where you're from, but it was a love letter to Sophia because so many films have been made over there, especially since, like Mind Ripper, you know, Bulgaria really like stepped up its game and goes, right, there's money to be made here. And he just, oh no, he gets shot in the fuck but then returns with a grenade, doesn't he? There you go. There you go. Super dive. He's definitely gone. Yeah. Takes no prisoners. Coming down with a blaze of glory himself. I mean, Christian could return in Young Guns 3 because it's at the end. He says he was found a week later and hung and all that, and it's all like myths and rumours, isn't it? Especially in the Wild West days, people disappeared all the time. I mean, I always found Young Guns 2 weird as fuck because of look at this one. He comes out the grade. You know, the whole Emilio Estevez delivering the lines and stuff. He just gets shot again. I love this though. Catches the grenade. Whoo! Grenade? He's just like, whoo. It's mint. Mint little sequence. Yeah, where's he gone? He's just disappeared into the night. Yeah, as much as a fan I am Christian Slater, especially films like this, when I met him, he was such a nice guy. Like, literally hands down, so pleasant, so nice, you know. And I did honestly think he'd probably give us Pump Up the Volume back somehow, but you know, I seen him live at the Glengarry Glen Ross at the Playhouse in London, and he like when that play started, it sort of had like 3 acts. So the curtains came up, 2 actors setting the scene, curtains went down, curtains went up, 2 more actors, maybe he's doing 10, maybe it's 15 minutes tops. And then the third time the curtains came up, it was Christian Slater and talking like that, and he got a massive ovation then, and like, you know, they were all fucking mint. They were really good, and then obviously the final act, everyone's like interacting and stuff like that, and I was just mesmerised. I mean, I'd never seen the Al Pacino movie, but again, I just absolutely loved it, like, so. You fucked in the head. I love it how he's using his hand though, and he doesn't really need to. He doesn't really express anything. He should be hiding around the corner and shout with his hand going, "Hey, you fucked in the head." I think he pissed him off. 6.5 minutes. They're up there. How are they going to get? I mean, Howie Long's just been standing there guarding, hasn't he? Yeah, I'll just stand there. I actually seen Firestorm, I would say about a month ago, so it was just messy. Where's the other one? Guy's about to meet a horrible death with a fucking back chop of a fucking blunt bit of metal as well. It's not like a baseball bat, it's just bluntness. And there you go. There you go. Ears of the wolf. He's like, hang on, I can hear something. And he is like Brave Stardy. He had Speed of the Puma when he was running away from the Hummer, and he was fucking full trend. I mean, Strength of the Bear, he was living in fucking Eyes of the Hawk. He's Christian Slater's role model in this, Brave Star. But she saves the day here. She remembers the mines. She's like, ah. If I can get Broken Arrow back, we'll read some of the trivia. I mean, we are about to have a big explosion, like, but I'm trying not to get frustrated on my other computer trying to do some artwork of Samuel L. Jackson. If you listen to this all the way through and By the time you do Samuel Jackson, The Good, the Bad and the What the Fox Volume 2 artwork, the little thumbnail you see on YouTube of all the little 10 little fucking stills. Oh, God. And then she remembers, don't worry, there's possibly a way out here. Yep. Nuclear bomb is about to get off. Oh yeah, there's that helicopter. Been on flight plan for ages. So, General's Daughter, that was a fucking good film he did after that. It was Simon West. So again, you know, they had that whole like Nicolas Cage and he did Con Air with Simon West, then John Travolta works with it. So it was kind of like they're all passing directors around and stuff like that. Jennifer Aniston was considered for the role of Terry. If Jennifer Aniston had did it, no disrespect to Samantha, this film would have been like, had a bit more longevity, I think. Oof. I mean, you just want to go on that. That, I mean, as much as you look at it, that's just a nice... It is a totally underrated flick. Mr. T. Fizzledell, who wrote a review on IMDb in 2000. Runtime 108 minutes. Budget 50 million. Fuck me. At opening weekend 15.5 million. Total gross 70 million. Worldwide gross 150 million. So it made budget. Also known as... It's all filmed mainly in Arizona by the looks of it. There you go. Boof! It's a torch. Shut up! It's just pretty much called Broken Arrow everywhere you go, or just some variation of it into foreign language, so it doesn't have an alternative name. Like the madness of Travolta or something like that. This bit's mint. The bomb goes off and it's just like, it's a goddamn what a rush, it's the best bit of the fucking movie. Taglines: prepared to go to ballistic. There you go. That's the tagline for the movie, prepared to go ballistic. It sparks up another cigarette. I mean, even just seeing the blunt wound trauma on his neck. John Travolta character took his uniform after he revealed himself to be the traitor because it was requested by the military. Right, so once he becomes... That's why he gets changed. I mean... That's very obvious. I mean... John Woo originally wanted Hale to die during the... Wanted Hale to die during the film. Who's Hale? Christian fucking Slater. That's right, isn't it? Yeah? Why would Christian Slater die? What were you thinking, John Woo there? There we go. Boom! Rumble. And then just the fucking... I mean, fucking hell, man. I mean, even the weirdness there, I mean, the ground sinking is one thing. That weird, like, obviously... Like, it almost flicks from panoramic view to, like, it fucking shrinks right down, so... Nice crater. There you go, the rumbling. There's a weird, honestly, camera filter. But here, like, the whole idea that it takes out energy, god damn, what a rush. It's coming. It's a massive, like, learnt that from Tremors, didn't I? Massive bull boys. There you guys, you go again, what a rush. Again, right middle of work, and again, a little bit homages to Tremors. God damn, what a rush, it's a fucking cover of the movie, that. Yeah, that, just the whole, the way they used a boy on that, I mean, that would have been like a massive steel fucking, you know, San Francisco fucking bridge iron thing pulling along there. John Travolta was given a choice of playing either Deakins or Hale for the film. He chose to play the villain. Howie Long's character was originally supposed to be killed off earlier in the film, but when Fox execs saw dailies, they liked his performance. So again, someone at Fox's went, "Ooh, I like him," and obviously give him his own fucking film after this. The phrase "broken arrow" is not actually used with reference to the theft. Samantha Howes asked Sandra Bullock tips for during the action scene. Bullock's told her to hum the James Bond theme. In preparation for the role, Christian Slater gave up smoking. Christian Slater turned down the role in Assassins to work with John Woo. Now, fuck me. That's interesting. I like Assassins. With, I like Assassins, and I like Antonio Banderas getting that break coming off Desperado and stuff like that. So, but there you go. That's an interesting one. But John Woo early cut came in 2 hours mark, featured character development and more violence in action scenes. Just like John Woo's first movie, Hard Target, the film suffered problems with recuts for studios' interference. Rating problems caused the MPAA, according to some of the sources. Studios' interference. The movie was bigger than the one on Hard Target. Whatever. I think that's really phrased wrong. Most of the action sequence was set on location. Oliver Wood was considered for directing and photography. Samantha Howes plays Christian Slater's character. She also played his love interest in Pump Up a Volume. They also voiced the romantic involvement in the movie Fern Gully, so they're in Fern Gully as well. Samantha Mathis is Christian Slater's former girlfriend. Popular news website Ain't It Cool News got the name from the line in the movie. Howie Long did his own stunts. Interview. John Woo cast Samantha Mathis as Christian Slater, putting photos together them while deciding they fit. It was John Travolta's idea to play Deeks. Portrait of Hans Zimmer. Score is also used in Scream 2. So, Scream 2 borrowed. What's that? I mean, that is quite interesting. They borrowed actually cues. You know what I mean? John Travolta, former close friend with John Woo while filming. 60 rounds of ammunition were used. John Woo cast. Yo, fuck me. There's a lot in here. So John Travolta and Delroy Lindo are in Get Shorty together. There's another film where John Travolta was just back on his heyday. Tried to trademark Mexican standard. Christian Slater gave up smoking. Just fucking repeating themselves. Hale Berry was considered for the role. Aye. As you do. So yeah. Now John Woo. We talk about John Woo. Where's John Woo on here? John Woo. John Woo. I'm surprised Christian Slater didn't turn up in Justified, to be honest with you, because Justified's amazing. And obviously, Graham Yosh wrote this and Hard Rain. So John Woo has still been directing. He's done Manhunt, The Crossing 1 and 2, Reign of Assassins, Redcliffe 2, Redcliffe, Stranglehold, the video game. But it looks like his last American movie was Paycheck in 2003. So he's pretty much give up on Hollywood. Did Windtalker's Mission Impossible 2, Blackjack, which is classed as a TV movie. I did not know Blackjack was made after Face Off. I would have thought Blackjack was made before. See, that was The Law of London, when he gets like, it's like a flash grenade goes off and he gets like, and I've got it on big box VHS. It's just London on a motorbike, and like it was, I mean, no disrespect to The Law of London, but maybe if it was cast somebody different, it probably would have been a bigger success. You know, and then Broken Arrow, Hard Target. So yeah, sort of just gave up on America, didn't it, really? Imagine taking a 2-week holiday to go across Arizona, and then taking 2 weeks to get across Arizona. It's a big place. this plan didn't go to plan, did it? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. No, 1 out of 2. I'll just wipe this memory card over. There you go. Off the go. Now how's he going to get there? They're off. There you go. Then we sent the message in. I mean, it's not like, you know, I am control, you are doomed. Huh? I know, so overused them shots, but like, they're public domain, it'd be amazing. Because you look at that shot and you think the house blowing up and the nuclear holocaust, you're like, how was the camera okay? You know what I mean? You always think, That just looks lush, that water. Be fucking freezing though. Dun 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 dun. See, again, I would say this film could be like even 10 minutes shorter. We've got quite a big sequence left, chain sequence, and then we're done. And she's going to turn a ninja. Valley fruit and produce. Speed of the puma. Go on. Yeah, she's on there. Just got some things to do. He's just been chucked around now. Oh, you can see all the cast and crew in his fucking glasses. Get a Nirvana t-shirt on. Arizona. Why would you want him to die? Delroy Lindo laying it down. You will do as I say. I'm not being funny, like, but he probably picked up a lot of, you know, he's like the next step down. If you had that, like, that vision of a character in mind, that Samuel Jackson wasn't available. Delroy Lindo, he's just as good, like. Good old maps. Don't make many of them anymore, do they? Google Earth. There he is. There's the car again. he's off again. It might be returning, like, but yeah, he just keeps going out, and like, I'm like, is he dropping stuff off? I mean, is he Uber driver? I'm thinking the opposite. Like, I mean, you can walk to the shop. You do not need to get the car to the shop. Coca-Cola sign in the background. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I've done something wrong here. Let's take out the Cusacks. Now he's on a trip. So it's definitely trains, planes, and automobiles movie as well. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. So no new load of henchmen. Remote control detonator. Big guy, Howie Longline. Oh, now they've got a helicopter hidden on there as well. The guy's messing with the bombs. Technology, man. Weapon of choice, a hammer. Way. Oh fucking hell, head straight for the cockle thing. Samuel Jackson movies, right, that's good enough for me, in all honesty. Can't believe how long it took us to do this artwork. Get it done. Cheers. Fucking hammered right in the face. Christ. We have a JPEG, finally. Let's get it done. It'd be classic, the train from Under Siege went past this. I mean, that would be quite an interesting concept. And every fucking gun to the fucking head. Don't move, you're dead. Again, just well, he's definitely dead. Just chucked him out. She definitely looked like she's got a suntan from being out in that desert a lot. Again, just the shadowing on the eyes and stuff like that. It's really cool. What a mint actor he is, like. I think he's just great in this. Great as the villain. Boom, game is set. Right, I am so happy this artwork is officially done. Excellent. Fine. Like, fuck yeah. Yeah. Yeah, him there, the actor there, he's in Under Siege. He's in a lot of movies, pops up in a lot. He's in Clear and Present Danger and stuff like that. So again, he sits there and just delivers the role. I don't even know what Vampire Mike sent us yet, and really need the last couple of days on recovery. It's just been more like seeing what we've got really. Castro got enter. Press it. Cancel. She's not taking any prisoners. So there's a fighting stance. Gun to the head. It's got that weird trigger and all that. Oh, it opens there. Didn't hear the helicopter coming, did he? Just sitting there, fucking M16. And she just fucking, look at that one. Right, the way she's just swung out there, right? She's got that bar, she's just swung and just go along there. I remember one morning in the tournament, and we were filming the church scene, and Scott Atkins, honestly, God, the guy is a freak of nature. We were setting the cameras up, and Scott was around, he was in costume and all that, and I just remember looking, and Scott got a hold of like one of the scaffoldings, and he was proper secure, and was just parallel, and I was just like, and he was just like, just like laughing. I'm like, you know, he just he was just vertical, his whole body strength held him like perfectly flat, and I'm like, eh? He just stretched it out, and I was just like, fuck me, man. I mean, he's such an inspiration. I mean, he's only, I mean, he's a couple of years older than me, not much, but like, just someone who's dedicated their life to like when you see him doing his tutorials and his kicks and stuff, and just his ability is just fucking class. Like, you know, a bit of jealousy there for me personally, because, you know, I'm definitely not that fit. Oh, there goes Henchman 2. Oh, they had some great chemistry. Oh, look, that one satellite dish. I mean, they would have added that because they needed that, but that one satellite dish. Right. So that's cool. That's done. Can hopefully get this artwork done. Oh yeah, fucking helicopter to death. Oh yeah, he just drops, doesn't he? Drops and just takes him out between the legs. Dun dun dun. I mean, it's a pretty big gun. I mean, look how skinny her waist is. We probably would have seen that gun. He's dead. So we're nearly at the end of this movie now, and I mean, one accomplishment for me personally, just to do a fucking JPEG. There you go, JPEG on the hard drive. Disassemble hard drives. Transfer to a different computer. There you go. Oh, he's gonna go and fuck the aeroplane up now. Helicopter. I think look how it took great time to put up the lid and then just starts driving at it. Does Delroy Lindo die here? I think he might. He does. Delroy Lindo does die. And it's in the mountain, doesn't he? Yep. Shot in the shoulder. Again. It's all about the shot in it. Yep. Oof. What a shot. I mean, it's a miniature, but like it's so well, like in the movie. I mean, they've hung on that shot for fucking ages. Don't know why they did that for. That was weird. Oh, ah. Jeez, karate kick, headbutt, and just send him off. Oh, I mean, just for the extra suspense to get under the train. Just to give a bit more drama. She's like, what the fuck? Well, yep. Just drags her off the fucking train. Get him! Fucking mental. Hope he's found a little hidey hole. Oh yeah. Don't realise the fucking... Cut my power, baby! Boom! Great stunt. I mean, look at that guy. He's away. And on fire. Fair play to the stuntman. It's just not got a plan for him, is it really? He's laying down the tracks, he's like, fucking sick of this. I kinda don't want my photo. It's generally gonna have to be a still. He's got his top off now. You know, you couldn't kill him off. It's like, you know, like, again, like, if anyone was a massive fan of Christian Sig, oh, they might be back together. And maybe it's the try again. Or maybe it's all moved on, you know. So it sounds. The fuck are you doing, man? He's lost it, man. How do you not know that? Fucking Howie Long's about to go fucking flying out the window in a second. As them two turn their attentions on each other. Oh, hail! And then you go, Geronimo! It's just like, wee! What a stunt. I mean, I bet Howie Long didn't do that stunt. That fucking scream as well. I mean, look, at that stunt there. Like, if you look at that visual again, how's he going to save? He's got a parachute. It's a fucking class stunt. I mean, it's one of the stunts you go, it's like a fucking Chris Angel magic trick. That, how do we fucking do that? Wire removal, you know what I mean? That's probably a wire removal. Right. What about near the end of the movie? You've just seen the still that we've used for the artwork. I really need the toilet. I'm sitting there. Oh, babe. Check how big this picture is. Looks so fresh, doesn't he? There, he's just like, yeah, have you had fun? Oh, I need a wee. We're in the final stretch. Guns down. Remote control. Life in the balance. Dent to the wind. Fuck me, that was a well-laid computer. Dent to the wind. Fucking punch him right in the face. Block. Counter. Block. So this is the boxing match. No holds barred. That we see at the start of the movie. No gloves this time. Obviously he's going for a fucking chokehold there. Right, left. Kicking when I'm down. Ooh. Meanwhile, locking away the trains. The money underneath the remote control. Pressing the remote control, now he's got a belt around his neck. 2 minutes, 11 seconds. I mean, Carl normally started to count down. This all meant to happen in 2 minutes. Oh! There you go. I'm only hoping time would tell. That's a mint move, like. With a rope. Right, left. I was going to give you a left, but I'll give you the right. The train's out of control. Even the fucking driver's in on it. Well done, driver. I mean, you just helped her on how she's gonna blow the fucking thing up. Fucking temple, pushing on the temple. There's a Von Claw on his head. Oosh! Judas effect elbow. I mean, he couldn't shoot over fucking massive scope on her, and then she just turns around and blasts him in the shoulder. He falls in, hits the train. Fuel hits fire. I mean, wrap this movie up quick. You need to get off that, Pep. It's gonna go. Fucking crowbar. The thing is, if you hit somebody with a crowbar, right, you're not really going to get a crowbar hitting like wood or metal, the kind of sound that is. It's just going to absorb the fucking pain. Drops a crowbar for a right hook. Right, left, block, elbow, backhand, uppercut, right, oh! A fucking roundhouse kick. Side kick. I mean, she's just in a world of hurt there, isn't she? You need to get off that, man. 23 seconds. Oh, again though, like, we've already just seen that. That's exactly what we've just seen. Roundhouse kick, that like kick, we've just seen that. So we didn't need that. Well, that was a lot better. But we didn't need that. There you go, Christian, get off there. Jumps out and just happens to go click. Massive like flying kick. And then whoop, he comes. And he just stands up to take it like a fucking right psycho. This is the end. It goes fucking flying into an explosion. I mean, it's a fucking mass. I mean, it's a better death than John Malkovich's death in Con Air. I mean, even everyone has said, "Oh, there'll be a Con Air 2. He'll come back." He's definitely dead. Like John Travolta there is definitely dead. The fact that you see the body and they've took the elements of just having a dummy fly out in the barrels, he's definitely dead. Here you go, Blaze of Glory. Dun 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 dun. There you go. Nuke's intact, sort of. So it's the 30th of January now. It's been a crazy month so far. Great start to 2021, isn't it? I don't think there's any point of doing a fast forward reviews for this movie. I think with fast forward reviews being a very limited series, I want to look at obscure stuff and stuff I could have a bit of fun with. Karate Kid's definitely the one, since Brit's a massive Karate Kid fan and got all the fucking Karate Kid setup set. We can have fun with that. But dun 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 dun. I'm just slowly rocking on my chair, leading away. Hopefully the next podcast will be back with Big Dave, Paul Ray and Carl McSorley for Batman. Or I might end up doing a podcast with Paul and Carl before that, but that's an initial plan. It's Saturday a day. And boom, Broken Arrow comes in at the end. Same font as the start. Vic Dickles, Riley Hale. Hey. Right, I really need the toilet. I've been Stephen Monkey Mason. Thanks for listening to this podcast. Plenty on the channel. I love Broken Arrow. It needs it. It's been out in Blu-ray. I think it's discontinued now, to be honest with you. But for now, thanks for listening.